In an effort to reshape common perceptions, we delve into the often overlooked, undervalued, and misrepresented parts of Black history. What follows are profound revelations that shed new light on the significant contributions, experiences, and milestones that are integral parts of American and global history, yet are seldom taught in traditional history classes. Number 1. The True Story of Uncle Tom's Cabin. Uncle Tom's Cabin, the famed 19th century novel by Harriet Beecher Stowe, is recognized as a powerful catalyst in the American abolitionist movement. The story, while reviled by some for its portrayal of an ever-forgiving, submissive character in Uncle Tom, actually carries a context deeper than this simple narrative. The title character, Uncle Tom, is often misconstrued as a derogatory symbol representing African Americans' willing subservience to white masters. However, this interpretation obscures of Uncle Tom's character and the socio-political influence he was designed to inspire. The original character, Tom, as envisioned by Stowe, is an enslaved man of dignity, strong faith, and remarkable courage. He refuses to betray his fellow enslaved people, enduring great personal suffering and ultimately meeting a tragic end because of his refusal to adhere to the oppressive expectations of his slave masters. Tom's courageous, principled stand was meant to depict the horrors of slavery and the inhumanity it involved, thus rallying public sentiment against this brutal institution. Stowe's novel is said to have been inspired by the real-life story of Josiah Henson, a formerly enslaved man who escaped to Canada and helped others find freedom through the Underground Railroad. Henson was an extraordinary figure who rose from extreme hardship to become a leader, a preacher, and a conductor on the Underground Railroad. He epitomized the resilience, moral integrity, and the quest for freedom inherent in the human spirit, elements that are vividly encapsulated in Uncle Tom's character. Thus, the true story of Uncle Tom's Cabin and its title character have been overshadowed by the widespread misinterpretations. The character of Uncle Tom, rather than symbolizing servility, represents the unyielding spirit of resistance against oppression. His legacy, when properly understood, challenges the derogatory stereotypes and compels us to acknowledge the strength, dignity, and defiance that defined the struggle against slavery. Number 2. The Black Wall Street Massacre. The Greenwood District in Tulsa, Oklahoma, was an extraordinarily prosperous African-American community in the early 20th century. Often referred to as Black Wall Street, Greenwood was home to a booming business district filled with successful Black-owned businesses, banks, law offices, and newspapers. However, the thriving community became the target of one of the deadliest racial attacks in American history, which is often omitted from many history textbooks. Over a period of 2 days, from May 31st to June 1st, 1921, a white mob descended upon Greenwood. The trigger was a dubious accusation against a young black man, an accusation that was later dismissed. Fueled by racial animosity, the white mob, some even deputized by local authorities, embarked on a murderous rampage. The mob not only killed hundreds of African Americans, but also looted and set fire to their homes, businesses, and churches. In the aftermath, nearly 35 city blocks of Greenwood were reduced to ashes, rendering thousands of African Americans homeless and economically devastated. The Tulsa Race Massacre, as it is now called, was hushed up for decades. Only in recent years has the tragic event begun to receive recognition and acknowledgement in mainstream historical accounts. It is a chilling reminder of the violence and racial hostility that marked much of the United States history and the resilience of African Americans in rebuilding their communities in the face of such devastation. Number 3. The contribution of African Americans in the Revolutionary War. Often unmentioned in mainstream historical narratives, African Americans played crucial roles in the American Revolutionary War. Both free and enslaved African Americans fought on both sides of the war, motivated by various reasons ranging from the promise of freedom to the sheer necessity of survival. For instance, Crispus Attucks, an African American man, is considered the first casualty of the American Revolution. He was killed during the Boston Massacre in 1770, effectively becoming one of the earliest martyrs of American independence. On the Loyalist side, the British promised freedom to enslaved people who joined their cause. Thousands of African Americans took up this offer, forming crucial regiments such as the Ethiopian Regiment. For them, the Revolutionary War was less about American independence and more about personal liberation. Meanwhile, on the Patriot side, although initially reluctant, the Continental Army eventually opened its ranks to black soldiers. The 1st Rhode Island Regiment, also known as the Black Regiment, was a majority African-American unit that played a pivotal role in several key battles. It is estimated that approximately 5,000 African-American soldiers fought for the American cause. Yet, despite their contributions, the independence they fought for did not bring them the freedom they hoped. Enslavement continued in the newly formed United States, laying bare the paradoxes of liberty and freedom in the American Revolution. The participation of African Americans in the Revolutionary War is a testament to their inherent quest for freedom and their substantial contribution to the formative years of the United States. It's a narrative that deserves to be remembered and honored.